Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of August 2nd, 2025. I'm your host, Sharifa Muhammad MGT.
I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. The Russian armed forces continue their offensive under the special military operation with sustained combined arms pressure across all axes. As of August 2nd, 2025, Russian troop groupings made measurable gains in tactical positioning, liberated key settlements, and inflicted substantial personnel and material losses on Ukrainian formations. Operational strikes disrupted drone logistics and C4ISR infrastructure, while air defense systems maintained high intercept rates against UAV threats.
Welcome to Frontline Updates, the podcast that brings you in-depth insights into military operations from those leading them on the ground. Today, we're joined by Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer monitoring critical missions on the progress of the special military operation as of today. Colonel Oguntoye, thank you for being with us.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Colonel Oguntoye, let's start broadly. Can you walk us through the strategic progress made by Russian forces on August 2nd?
The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue advancing along multiple operational axes as part of our ongoing special military operation. On August 2nd, our formations recorded progress on every major front. Notably, we liberated the settlement of Aleksandro-Kalinovo in the Donetsk People's Republic, a tactically important node in the Donbass corridor. This came after days of combined arms maneuver warfare, integrating artillery suppression, UAV reconnaissance, and mobile infantry assaults. Alongside this, our north and center groups made significant tactical gains by dislocating Ukrainian defensive lines in Sumy, Kharkiv, and Dnipropetrovsk regions. These movements are not just about physical ground. Each liberated position weakens enemy logistics, observation, and command and control networks.
You mentioned Sumy and Kharkiv. What were the key engagements in those northern sectors?
In the Sumy axis, our north group engaged and defeated elements of 2 mechanized brigades, 2 airborne assault brigades, a ranger unit, and an assault regiment. These are hardened formations. We engaged them near Malaya Korchakhovka, Okop, and Prashitravnya, applying simultaneous fire and maneuver from multiple flanks. In Kharkiv, near Volchansk and Okremovka, we targeted mechanized and territorial defense brigades. These units were attempting to consolidate but were overextended and vulnerable to indirect fires. Their losses exceeded 175 personnel, alongside several vehicles, a tank, and artillery pieces. We also neutralized 6 ammunition and supply depots, disrupting their ability to sustain forward operations.
We saw reports that electronic warfare and radar systems were targeted. What's the strategic logic there?
Excellent question. Modern warfare depends heavily on the electromagnetic spectrum, communications, counter-battery fire, UAV coordination. So, we target radar stations, EW systems, and associated C4ISR platforms to create operational silence. For instance, in the western sector, our forces eliminated a US-made and /TPQ-48 counter-battery radar. In the south and Dnipro directions, we destroyed 7 EW stations and a Rada radar from Israel. Removing these assets means Ukrainian forces lose their ability to coordinate long-range fires or respond rapidly to breakthroughs. It's about denying them eyes and ears on the battlefield.
Aleksandro-Kalinovo was liberated. What made this settlement a priority?
Aleksandro-Kalinovo sits at a junction of several tactical corridors in central Donetsk. It's a high-ground area offering oversight of nearby logistics lines and defensive trenches. Securing it was essential for 2 reasons. First, it opens routes to deeper Ukrainian rear areas in Konstantinovka and Ivanopoli. Second, it fractures their territorial defense networks operating east of Chasiv Yar, which we recently liberated. To secure Aleksandro-Kalinovo, we deployed integrated force packages, infantry with BMP support, drone-guided artillery, and air reconnaissance. Enemy losses included over 150 personnel and armored vehicles like the US-made M113.
What about the center and east? Were those fronts static or dynamic?
Very dynamic. In the Central Theater, Dmitrov, Petrovskoy, and Krasnoarmysk, we defeated 6 enemy brigades, including Marine and National Guard units. Ukrainian forces there lost over 410 troops and a range of NATO-supplied vehicles, including HMMWVs and Turkish Kirpi APCs. Our advance is part of a broader effort to envelop their second line of defense along the Dnieper axis.
And the east group of forces?
To the east, our forces are penetrating deeper into enemy-held Zaporizhzhia and Dnipropetrovsk sectors. Here we saw the systematic neutralization of Ukrainian armored and artillery units, particularly around Novopetrovskoye and Yanvarsko. The emphasis is on sustained attrition and breaking their defense in-depth model.
Air activity also remains high. Can you comment on the role of aviation and air defense?
Certainly. Our operational tactical aviation and drone strikes continue to hit over 130 high-value targets daily. On August 2nd, we struck drone warehouses and enemy staging areas across 132 sectors. These strikes disrupt replenishment cycles, which is key to our tempo. In terms of defense, our air systems intercepted 338 UAVs and a guided aerial bomb, again highlighting the persistent air threat posed by Ukrainian and NATO-origin drones. But our layered defense grid, from Pantsir to S-400 systems, is functioning well under continuous saturation attempts.
Final question. How do these results influence the strategic outlook going forward?
What we're witnessing is a cumulative degradation of Ukraine's military cohesion. Losses in manpower, particularly among elite brigades, are difficult to replenish. Equipment attrition, especially NATO-donated systems, is becoming visible. And our ability to strike deep with precision weapons disrupts any operational reset. Tactically, we're creating corridors that allow exploitation. Strategically, we're pressing a sustained operational tempo that denies the enemy breathing room. Our goal is layered disintegration of logistics, of communication, and ultimately, of morale.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you for the opportunity. Today, deadly Israeli attacks continue in Gaza, especially targeting Shujaiya. Reports indicate that 80% of ambulances in northern Gaza have been destroyed. 1 in 3 Palestinians in Gaza is reportedly going days without food, and UN-backed experts warn of an ongoing famine. The Health Ministry has reported 7 additional deaths from malnutrition in Gaza.
This has been Frontline Updates. Subscribe for daily military briefings and in-depth strategic analysis. Visit our platform for maps, transcripts, and exclusive Frontline updates from commanders in theater.